May and June, traditionally months for graduations, with many teens starting their college hunt along with their parents, and some are starting earlier and earlier.
Yep, well, here with some insight and tips to make the experience a smoother one is best-selling author Lisa Birnbach, a contributor to the Brown Reader. So thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, my pleasure.
Well, now let's get it started. Parents are taking their kids, as John said, earlier and earlier to check out their schools. But is this true even at a freshman level? They're in 9th grade.
Okay, I have a child, I call her Exhibit C. She's my third science experiment. And we started looking, she's a junior in high school, we started looking at colleges over spring break. And at one tour, and this is my third time doing this, so I know sort of what to expect. The tours were bigger, the information sessions were packed, 250 people, as opposed to what used to be 40 or 50 or 100. Wow. But at one school that rhymes with muffs, we saw a kid who was in the 6th grade. And I said to Exhibit C, she's a sibling, right? Where's her big brother, big sister?
Right.
Oh, no. It was a 6th grader and her mother, and it's crazy.
That is insane.
And Exhibit B is,
oops.
and I have another daughter whose name is B, Exhibit B, who is in college, and at her campus this spring, there were 8th graders going on tour. Now, I gotta tell you, this is a bad thing for so many reasons.
Thank you for saying it's a bad thing.
Okay, first of all, you're not gonna, kids can't process, not to mention freaked out parents, you can't process, oh, I'm gonna be here when you're in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. It's too early. It also ruins high school because high school becomes just a kind of stress-filled tunnel to get you into college.
Sure. Yeah.
It's irrelevant. It's too much, and it puts the focus on,
I feel like, unnecessary pressure.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, that's it. That's all it's about is test scores and letters of a recommendation and what extracurricular activities.
6th grade? That's ridiculous.
Yes. So what do we look at when we're thinking about colleges? You know, obviously when we're dealing with juniors and seniors.
Okay, first of all, let's just restate that. You know, you can still get into college if you don't start looking until your junior year. And that's a good way to minimize the stress on the family anyway.
Okay.
And also, if there are other siblings, they feel like they don't matter because all that matters is my big brother or sister has to get into college. But start looking, first of all, location. Do you want to go away? Do you have to stay at home to save on living costs? Size of college. Do you want a big university with a Greek system, with parties, with dorms, or do you want to be a liberal arts student and focus on your scholarly pursuits?
Well, every student is different, so that's very important for them to keep into consideration.
Right, and also, you don't want to please, you know, you got to please yourself. You're the one who's going. So, yes, there's prestige factors, and your parents may want you to go to this kind of school, or your college advisor may want you to try this place, but you have to kind of have a gut. You have to trust your gut.
So cost is crazy. Any tips on, you know, climbing that mountain?
Yes. First of all, people all know that state schools, state tuition for an in-state resident is less than a private school. However, private schools have endowments, and those endowments can include very generous financial aid packages. So I recommend that people go to the National College Finance Center, ncfc.com, and look at what's available. It's state by state. It actually is based in Albany, but it's a national service, and it's unbiased because a lot of times, unfortunately, financial aid offices used to be in cahoots with banks and lenders and so on. This one is clean.
But you never know until you try, too, so you have to really
don't
research
rule out private schools.
Exactly.
Don't. As a matter of fact, and there are all kinds of funky little scholarships. My friend's nephew got a $10,000 scholarship for being a caddy at his
You never know what you can find
his local golf club, but that $10,000 made the difference for him to go to a private school or not. If you're a musician, you may get paid to play in your school's orchestra. There are just all kinds of ways to put it together financially.
Quick, before you head out, how do you make the transition easier for a child who's never left home before and this is their first time?
Right. Well, I wouldn't go up to college and decorate his room for him. You know, I would say you have to. Helicopter parents have got to sort of strap their arms behind their back.
Let them go. Let that birdie fly.
Yeah. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do.
And just ask the exhibit A, B, and C.
Exactly. And
Lisa,
C can't wait to get out.
Yeah. Lisa Birnbach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel better now.
Yes.
I feel a little bit